Welcome back to another mead review. Today we have one of my own meads. This is my apple cinnamon mead that is 3 years old. Now I've made a lot of apple cinnamon meads, and I know this one is it because I have a designated 2020 box that I put away 3 years ago. And I'm, of course, now digging through it. So this thing is 3 years old. I've already drank some of it, as you can see. And so I kind of know what it tastes like. So I'll tell you, I know it's good, for one. I will tell you what I'm getting from this mead. Alright, so first of all, with this mead specifically, I am super loving the clarity of it, for one. This pour wasn't as clear. Also, this glass is frosted, so it's not helping. Frosting. So, liking the clarity and the color. I think the honey I used, which was at the time Desert Creek honey, or this might have been Florida Orange Blossom. I can't remember. Anyways, it's been a long time, and I've used a lot of honeys since then. This thing had red delicious apples in it. Oh, actually, no, I didn't say what kind of honey. So it's water, not sure what kind of honey, red delicious apple, and cinnamon. It's 16%, so it's pretty hefty. I was making some pretty hefty things at the time. This had, if not mistaken, QA23 in it. I could be totally wrong. I don't remember my recipe from 3 years ago. Anyways, I've made a bunch of other ones. Let's go and try it. The nose on it is fantastic. Very floral and fruity. I get light, like almost rose, like a little bit of rose smell. Alongside this, I think this must be orange blossom honey, because I'm getting a lot of fruitiness, like tropical fruit. Yeah, I definitely get so apple, of course. Cinnamon is very apparent on the nose, but it's like at the end, like when it gets to here on my throat. Yeah, okay, let's try it. Oh man, age in meads, fantastic. I believe that if you can afford to age every mead for 3 years, do it. Now, it's hard to do, and that's coming from someone who's made a lot of meads. I have very few that have made it this far, and the ones that do make it this far, I'm literally purposely putting in a box and putting away in a place that's inconvenient for me to grab, because otherwise I'll just take it out and drink it. And this thing's really smooth. For 16%, you don't feel the alcohol on it. It feels very smooth with that. You feel a little burn from cinnamon, from the spice, and but that's it. The burn of cinnamon to me is different than the burn you get from like a whiskey or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so the apple side, I don't use a lot of Red Delicious apples at this point. I don't know why I did at that time. The apple character is really nice, but I know it probably could have been better had I used a different apple, like a Gala, Pink Lady, Fuji, one of those. I really like those apples quite a bit. In my experience making meads now, I'm finding that those would have worked better, more likely. So, yeah. The thing that I love most about this is the honey character. The honey character, that floral side I was talking about, has popped over time. And it's mellowed out in such a way that this thing is a very clean drink. So it doesn't have... Well, also, sorry, sidetracking. There's a good, what is it I'm thinking of? Stair-stepping of flavor development. There's not really a plateauing effect. You kind of keep going through these layers. The first layer you get is a very tropical fruit with a little bit of bright floral side. Then you dive a little further and you start to get some of the cinnamon. The cinnamon doesn't pop till middle to late. And it kind of opens up to this very apple skinny taste to me, which sounds weird, but I left the apple skins on. Yeah, you definitely get the tannic value from the apple skins, and of course, big body mead, which is good. So the stair stepping is nice. Good graduation of flavors and development in that regard. I can't complain. The clarity on it's pretty nice. The first couple pours I did with it last night were even better, even more clear. I think this thing, yeah, we frosted up a little bit on this glass, so it's not looking as clear as it did. Even though there's a little bit of sediment at the bottom. So at the bottom of this, there is probably, a decent amount of sediment. That can, of course, affect flavor, and it also can affect clarity. If I shook this thing up and then poured a glass, I'm going to have a less clear mead. So that's just something to consider. But apple cinnamon, this is the apple cinnamon mead that sparked my joy for it and also my desire to make it better. And what I found 3 years later, this big-bodied apple cinnamon mead is fantastic. However, it's not for everybody. This is kind of a niche thing. I can take this to places and people will really like it. However, most people are going to want something light they can have 2 or 3 glasses of, or maybe a whole can of, or a whole bottle of. So I've switched to making this more of a, well, this is a Cyser, but making the current one I make, weird way to say that, more of a Cyser by using apple juice, by using a variety of apples, by, of course, using cinnamon, and I think that's a nice touch to this, and making it lighter. My most recent man-made Cyser, as I call it, is about 7%, and it is super drinkable, really nice, and this is, of course, drinkable. The 7% is just drinkable faster. So, unfortunately, we all can't wait 3 years to drink your meads. And if you are waiting the game to try and be able to do that, to drink your meads as soon as possible, just make lighter ABV stuff. I would not try to make big-bodied 15, 16% meads and expect them to be ready in 2 months, 3 months, unfortunately. That's just the game we play. That's our life. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this. These are a lot of fun. If you want to go check out the main channel where you'll see me actually make these meads, that's Man-Made Mead on YouTube. This is, of course, the extras channel, so you're seeing the podcast and mead reviews and maybe some other stuff if I ever post it here. So I've got some big stuff happening on the main channel. I hope you will join me there. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Cheers.